Some of them I would like the smell of. And I'm like, hey, let me burn that in my office. And she's like, no. And I was like, damn, I really wanted to try that. What's going on, everybody? Tyler here with Relight Candles, and welcome to the channel. I didn't think I was going to start my channel off this way with this topic. I kind of figured I was going to, do a beginner's kind of walkthrough on how to make candles. But I got my new jars in the day, and I use soy wax. Um, and it can kind of be tricky on getting the wicking and the jar correct. And so I was doing that today, and I thought to myself, I was like, well, now I got to make a video on that. So what I'll do is I've got a few candles behind me that I have already poured, done all that good stuff. We'll make another video with how to actually make the candles. But now I will show you kind of what I do when I'm testing a new jar to get that kind of sweet spot on. Is it burning too hot, too fast, not hot enough? So let's go ahead and head back in the kitchen. All right, let's head on down yonder, y'all. All right, might have to turn on some lights here. Sorry, wasn't really too prepared on this. I didn't write a script for this. I am just free flowing, as they say. All right, so what I did was, rookie mistake, didn't have enough wax for these 3 jars. I didn't, I was so excited about getting the new jars in that I didn't, think about the fill line, getting all 3. So I wanted to make sure one of them was completely to my fill line, which is roughly about right here. This one's about 3/4 of the way, and this one is about halfway. So these have been cooling for probably about, 4 or 5 hours. I just wanted to leave the wicks fully untrimmed to show them on camera. And what I do is I just take a paper towel and I write down how much wax I used. So 16 ounces. I wanted a 9% fragrance oil. So that meant 1.44 ounces roughly. And then we have the wicks, right? So by just looking at them, just kind of roughly look the same. Can't really tell much difference. But the diameters on them are completely different. So we have a CD8, a CD12, and the CD14, which I have never used before. But I had some wide mouth jars that I've been testing in, and I've noticed that they do end up going to the edges on a CD12, but some could potentially have pools instead of reaching the outer, I guess the outer rim, if you will, of those jars. But anyhow, so we have all 3 of these. So I'm going to basically, what I'm looking for is I want the burn to reach the edges of the jar, but still burn, slowly like a soy wax candle typically does. You don't want the flame eating through your wax so quickly that you don't really enjoy the candle. Other waxes like paraffin will burn a little bit quicker. I do struggle with getting a great hot throw. I'm also testing that. So I've tried different temperatures for adding the fragrance oil in. I used to do about 185, and then I would pour around 140 to 145. And with these, I don't know what I was going to say. Get out of here, y'all. Anyway, my bet is that the CD12 on this kind of diameter, I think that I'm gonna have the best result with. That's why I wanted this one to be the full jar, which if you can kind of see in here, look at that beautiful jar adhesion. We've got, let's see if we can get a little bit. Oh, hi. Hey, little baby. What you doing down there, girl? Anyways, look at that smoothness. I'm really excited to test these out. Just this normal 8-ounce amber jar. I'm hoping that's the winner. I've never tried this wick before, but it's a CD14, and I'm probably going to use those on the wide mouth jars that I have already, but we'll see. So, as I was saying back there in the lab, um, it's all about the testing, is what I've come to realize with soy candles in particular. I mean, pretty much anything is all about testing. You have different temperatures. It's scientific, which, by the way, I hated science and math, but I was really good at it in school. So I guess, but this originally just started out as kind of something to do with my daughter and get her involved. I just wanted to make sure that her and I had a special, hobby to do. She loves grabbing the candles and just bringing them up to her nose and just sniffing them and then go, ah, and it's the cutest thing ever. But that was the original kind of, you know, getting me into candle making, and I became obsessed with it. I do have, I work in logistics, have a software background, and completely never even considered making candles till I had a daughter, and now I have another one on the way. So maybe it will be a family affair. And I will say, a side note is I also started making candles because my wife would buy all those fancy candles from what is that, math, I don't even know, one of those candle stores. I don't pay it. See, this is how little I paid attention. Anyhow, some of them I would like the smell of, and I'm like, hey, let me burn that in my office. And she's like, no. And I was like, damn, I really wanted to try that, but now I'm making the candles. So take that, wife. Anyhow, that's enough about me. It's a new channel. People don't really care about who you are until you build that community, that lovely community. So I'm gonna cut that short. So that's that. We're gonna have some further videos, if this cat doesn't interrupt me again, about the full process of making candles, from start to finish. I know it's kind of like everyone's got their own version of how to do things. Me, it's like I think I've almost tried, besides when I find something I like, I can't kind of keep that going. But it's like I'm constantly testing basically. I don't sell candles yet. I've got a closet full of these things. I'm giving them away. And I applied that 84 candle rule, which I read online is, your first 84 giveaway kind of thing. I'm not there completely yet. I take my time. I'm really busy with work. I work a lot of hours. Um, Luckily, this is kind of the slower part of the year for us. So I have a little bit of more free time, but not to where I can go in the full blown production of knocking these things out like a big retailer. Um, but yeah, I figured I wanted to help other people out there. Maybe there's some other dads out there that have daughters or even sons that, are into it, that you don't have to, guy or girl, you can get into it. Hello, I'm doing it. And really, you just got to find your why. And that was my why. And now I'm actually kind of obsessed with doing it. It's kind of a soothing, calming, little hobby of mine that I get to just, fire up the stove and crank that double boiler, you know what I'm saying? But that's for another video. Um, I still haven't upgraded to like a melting pot or anything like that, but I probably will be. Well, if you found anything, helpful, useful, just wanted, someone to listen to when you're falling asleep, I'm that guy. And make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you found some value in this. And I hope to see you again.